Welcome back, episode 85.
You already said that,
Yeah. Take two. Did it last time, why not this time too?
Yeah, that's fine.
Welcome back, episode 85. And
That's sad.
I'm starting to wonder if it's 85. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. You say it with such confidence. I hope you're right.
You're the editor here.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
Hey, I was thinking, have you ever seen shoes that are thrown over a power line?
Yeah.
What's the deal? I've always heard if it's in front of a house, it's a drug dealer. That's
I always heard that it marked your territory. It was kind of like a dog marking their territory. That was a hard word for me to say. But like the different gangs would have different streets.
Yeah.
And they had different color shoes.
Have you seen a lot of multicolored shoes?
No, I've only seen black shoes most of the time.
My question is, who's giving up their shoes?
I've seen my uncle throw them. I've seen my uncle throw some old work boots over a power line before for fun.
Yeah, that's what I think it is, right?
Is that against the law?
How is that fun?
See if you can do it.
Is that against the law? Is there?
Probably.
Sounds.
I
like
mean,
it.
if a cop catches you doing it,
Hey,
or are they gonna be like, "Hey, kids, get out of here," and then they look and say, "Oh, y'all aren't kids. That's Josh, Spencer, Jody."
what is happening?
I have no desire. I mean, I don't find that there'd be any exhilaration. You're like, I made it.
I'd rather bust a mailbox or something.
Is that where ladder ball came from?
It is ladder ball, isn't it?
That's where ladder ball started. Ladder ball was
Or
invented
it's where ladder ball goes. That's the pros.
it's the pro ladder ball players. You lost your lid, Jody.
Lost my lid.
Flipped your lid.
I'm back.
Episode 85.
Welcome back. That's fine.
We're gonna talk about oddities today. Oddities.
We're three of them right here.
Yeah, right. That's related only to the United States. That other country to be like, man, them guys over there are weird.
Okay.
They're doing this. Did you look some up, Spencer?
Those that I read off to you earlier?
Yeah.
I did.
Number one on the list.
Well, it's not like where I'm at right here is like kindergarten graduation. Is that not a strange
It's
thing?
a strange thing.
Kindergarten graduation.
I think it's strange.
It's odd.
Do you think your kid's gonna really look back and remember? Like, I remember when I was going to the first grade.
I remember that cap and gown like it was yesterday.
That's just another parent expense, right?
Absolutely.
Big
Another way to get your
expense.
money.
Another photo opportunity.
Another Friday,
agenda.
another Friday night tied up doing something.
Another agenda.
Yeah,
So is that kind of indicating that you thought they might not have gone any farther than that? Like,
I don't know.
hey, you made it.
Just in case you don't make it 8th grade, guys. Did y'all do 8th grade graduations?
Negatory.
That was a thing in my hometown.
No,
You graduated from middle school to high school.
All that stuff started
I don't think.
just a few years ago,
Yeah.
pretty much. When I say
Well,
a few
mine
years,
went away
10 or so.
before I was in 8th grade. I was kind of sad about it.
Kindergarten graduation. Did you do it, Jay?
They did away with it.
Yeah, so they had an 8th grade graduation, and then I don't think I had an 8th grade graduation because I thought it was stupid then, but I was kind of upset that I didn't get recognized.
No, I did not have one. Did you?
I don't think I did.
I don't think I mean, I'm
don't
pretty
remember.
sure.
I think I got a certificate at the end of the year that said you made it.
I got the citizenship
Maybe
award
so.
that year. I was a nice citizen.
What happened to
Remember
you?
You tell me.
What about gender reveals?
Yeah, I think they're weird.
That's a crock.
You got strong feelings about them?
I think it's the craziest thing. I was going to say the S word, stupid. But people's died from these things.
Have you seen the airplane one?
I did not know.
Yeah.
So I don't think it
That's what I was
was.
talking
Was it in
about.
the U.S.? I don't think it was in the U.S. I think it was somewhere
I
else.
thought it was Arizona, but that's
It
just...
might have been Arizona, but there was a crop duster.
Is that the U.S.?
Close enough. But there was a crop duster that had like the plan was to fly over the top of the two people, the parents,
Yeah.
of the child.
Like a crop duster does.
Yeah, but just, instead of spraying it, they just drop out the color.
Okay.
And so they dropped out the color, and then all of a sudden the wings just collapse on themselves,
Oh, no.
and the plane just goes down.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden you see a fireball.
The person,
Death.
did they die?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't good.
Goodness gracious.
So-
That's terrible.
Crazy part is like
The parents survived, but the pilot is the one that crashed.
the crazy thing is that my cousin, so my uncle, I've told y'all before that he crop dust, and so for my cousin, that's how they did it. And then like 2 months later, I saw that video.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy
So they did the gender reveal with the...
with the crop duster.
Okay.
No, I love these. No, I love capitalism. So this is what this is all about. Somebody came up with the idea, hey, we can make money off this, and came up with all this smoke and mirrors. And I think it used to be like cutting a cake, and it used to be the inside would be blue or
Blue or pink?
Yeah, that was
Well,
early
I mean,
stage.
is there another color now? I was starting to think like,
Purple.
well, I don't know. Yellow?
No purple.
I don't know. But then it was balloons. You popped a balloon and then whatever colors inside.
I always like watching the fails, like especially when the people have like the boxes in the tree that are trying to pull out and confetti's supposed to fall out, and they just yank the whole box down and it falls and hits them in the head. It's
Well, I
pretty
like the
funny.
thing where it's that little container thing that pops,
Yeah.
and they've got it turned around backwards.
Shoots out behind.
Yes, I've seen a lot of dads
Yeah,
that
it's
do.
funny.
Yeah,
Little confetti cannons.
Yep.
Pretty sure I have one in my desk. Don't know why. It's been there ever since I've
He's
got it.
ready at any time to celebrate.
but would you do that?
What, a gender reveal?
Yeah, would you do? Now, I mean, everybody's doing it now. I mean,
don't think
everybody's
so.
everybody's trying to top themselves. I'm like, well, who did it? Who did the?
I don't think you
most-
should ask Spencer. I think you should ask Rebecca.
You know what I'm saying? I
I don't think he'll
I'm
have
not
much
for
say
it.
in it. I think he might say, "Hey,
Put your foot down.
I don't think we should," and she'll say, "I think we should," and Spencer will say, "Yeah, I think you're right." That's what I think will happen.
It might. But I don't see the
But what
necessity
would you
behind
do?
it. What would I do for it?
Yeah, what would you do?
Probably.
You got to go above and beyond. Like I mean, forget the crop dust. Maybe not that extreme.
No crop duster.
Yeah.
I don't know. You took my one out of there. I don't know. I'd probably do like the golf ball one. Have you seen those where they put a golf ball and then they hit it with a driver and it blows up and it's either blue or pink, or the baseball one where you soft toss a baseball and get the baseball blows up. Those would be fun.
I like that idea. I've
That'd be
seen
kinda
both
cool.
of those. I've seen both those.
These remind me of like
What would you do, Jody?
What would I do? I would not do it. I'd be you're on your own, Amanda.
Oh,
About the people. Let me know how it works out. I want a boy. That's all I'm saying. Let me know how it works out.
oh man.
Wait,
That's
wasn't it a sonogram picture? Wasn't that how you used to do
Yeah.
it? And then they just.
I don't really know what the whole process looks like when you go from you got the results. Used to they would tell you right there in the room, hey, it's a boy, it's a girl, you know.
Now you get the results earlier though, right?
How does-
you don't do it with the sonogram anymore? That's like that's the confirmation of. I think it's like blood work. They can tell in the blood.
How are they concealing it from the parent so that they are genuinely surprised, or are they faking a surprise at that moment?
I don't know, because I've known people that are they just say we're just going to wait until the baby's born to see what gender it is. Like, just don't show
Okay.
us. And
See,
so
I don't think I could do that because I need to paint a room. I need to prepare for this. I need
You
to
all
get
about
toys. Yeah, well, but you got to get prepared. I don't want to just be like you go in like, oh man,
yeah,
when I finally make it home, I got to start getting ready now because
bring the baby home.
Well, I think
you have one wall blue, one wall pink.
I think you go gender neutral. You paint the walls
Oh, is that what
yellow.
it is?
Poor kid's going
You
to have
go-
beige walls.
Yeah.
You go yellows or greens or something like that. That's in the middle of the road. That's
okay.
boy or girl.
say I wouldn't think about doing that. So
I had to go completely one way or another. I guess that's what you do. But I guess they're giving the results to a third person, like you said, hey, give these results for the gender reveal. I'm guessing you got to give it to somebody.
Yeah.
you got to have somebody.
I don't
And
know. Like my cousin didn't know until the crop duster flew by. And so apparently the results were in an envelope, and she gave the envelope to her brother, who mixed up the chemicals in the tank to do that.
I just don't like that idea. Mixed up the chemicals.
Well, I
in the
mean, it's
tank.
water
I
and
know,
a
I know.
food coloring type deal.
Yeah, that is.
I
cool.
think.
You think?
Well, I wasn't there.
I wish I'd have looked that up and seen all the deaths that's happened from
You
the
know-
gender reveal.
You know what would be, if you're the person that was mixing up the thing, what would be hilarious? To do it wrong on purpose. Just say, hey, it's a girl. It's really a boy.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know. Would it be funny?
That's
What
not
if
bad.
somebody makes a statement that's like, "Oh, I'm so glad I don't have a. We're not having it." And
Man, I don't know what I
can
could do with a boy in the house. Well, too bad. You got one coming. That'd be fun. You have a gender reveal after the gender reveal.
Yeah. What about writing a date with the month first? We're the only ones that write the month first. A lot of other countries write the day
Yeah.
first in the month.
Even on the phones, it's always the day.
What's up with that?
It's Tuesday, and then the month, and then the date. You do that?
No.
I don't either.
Why would I? We've been taught to do it the other way.
Yeah. I know I got accused for the first time being dyslexic, and I'd been in I was learning Spanish as a second language in high school, and I went to my homeroom and we were required to write some stuff down, and I wrote in that class you had to write day, month, year. And when I went to my class, my homeroom class, I wrote it that same way. And my teacher said, "Are you dyslexic?" Because I had crossed up it was my birthday. I had crossed up my month and my day. And so she was,
Was she being funny though?
no, she she didn't really have a lot of funniness in her. I mean,
She wasn't funny.
Well, I mean, she was to the point. That doesn't sound like something you'd say. Are you dyslexic?
yeah, no, you didn't meet her. No, I'm telling you.
She didn't care.
A lot of kids cry.
She didn't care about feelings. Only feelings you have in my class are bad ones.
We were talking about the month and the date. You know what I did Sunday? Sunday
that?
morning, I write one check a week, and it's a tithing check for church. I don't know where it's at. I put it in the envelope.
Say that
Yeah, I
again.
filled my tithing check. When I filled it out
Somewhere.
home and put it, I don't know. I remember walking out the door with it, and then poof, it's disappeared. I have looked everywhere, and then I started thinking, I don't think I filled out the pay to the order too. I'm pretty sure I
Oh.
did not put the church's name on the
Oh,
top.
no.
But it's in the envelope. But I don't know what happened to it.
I'm gonna try to find that envelope. Write my name in there.
So I don't know.
Why?
It just
For
drove.
fun.
Oh,
This really drove me crazy because I do not know. I've looked under the seats in my truck. I've looked in odd places where maybe I put it, here. Looked in my Bible.
Oh,
I
goodness.
don't know.
oh,
All right, Groundhog Day.
nobody else does that?
Seems like a very American thing to do.
It is
What's that guy's name?
Poxitani Phil.
Yeah, thank you.
And I wasn't reading that because it doesn't say it right here. I just knew it.
Off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Animal lover Jody.
But what's that? Well, I wish I knew the background on that. How crazy is that?
Why?
Makes no sense.
The whole thing is weird.
But when I was a kid, though, I ate it up.
why does that guy always wear a top hat?
Oh, it was great when you were in school.
Yeah.
You always look forward to Groundhog Day.
I think you believed it as a kid too. I mean,
And they make it up if he sees a shadow or not.
You mean it's not real?
I have watched him watch, and I've never seen him turn around and seen his shadow and he gets scared or whatever.
guy's living a good life though.
I guess.
Living it up.
I wish he'd bite the guy that hoses it. Anyway, that's
Spice it up a little bit.
It
says-
gets some ratings, that's for certain.
Grab and go coffee. I really don't think that's just isolated to the United States.
So Starbucks is just a United States thing.
Maybe.
I'm gonna say there.
Pardoning the turkey during Thanksgiving. We've talked about that in another.
That's weird.
That's a strange one.
Yeah.
Is Thanksgiving in general a strange thing for other countries? Like, do they have a Thanksgiving?
No, they have. We talked about it.
Yeah,
You weren't here
I wasn't
for
here
that
for that.
episode.
That.
I don't remember what it's called, but no, because this just is related to the pilgrims.
That's
when
what I was,
they landed on
that's
the
what I was
boat. Yeah,
thinking.
Now there are
It'd be
some
kinda-
celebrations and feasts for different occasions. I think
It'd be
I saw.
kind of awkward if you're down in Mexico and all of a sudden it's Thanksgiving week. Thankful for those pilgrims up in America. Without them, we would never be here.
It says right here, sweet breakfast.
Sweet
Like donuts.
breakfast.
Well, it's showing like blueberries on top of a pancake. So is
Okay.
that?
Pancakes.
You're telling me they've never tried that, like in Europe and
In Europe, they have all that bloody sausage or whatever. Blood sausage.
bloody.
Whatever it is.
One of those.
One of
Both of them
those
sound kind of gross.
They say it's pretty good. Never had it, though.
It doesn't sound like something I'm going for.
I don't think I will unless somebody tricks me into thinking it's something else.
And then root beer.
I do not like root
That's
beer,
a-
so I'm with the
you
rest
don't
of the
like-
world then.
I
I'm not a huge
read
fan.
I read a thing to where they say like in Europe that it's what they mix with like children's medicine. That's the taste of it. So they think over here since we drink root beer that's very strange.
I
I
I
don't-
do see some similarities to root beer and medicine.
It says it's only popular in the U.S. and Canada.
I
But,
I
it's
don't
found
know a whole
elsewhere.
lot of huge root beer fanatics. Do y'all? Are y'all bumping into people that are they're at the restaurant? And
I could drink it. No,
Root
no,
beer.
I don't think. I mean, I'm not going to pick that to eat a steak and all that.
Give me a root
But
beer.
I wouldn't mind having a good root beer every once in a while. I never think about it. That's one of those things. I might drink more of it if I think about it.
What is it that's what part of the flavor profile do you love?
I don't like any of it. It's all weird.
Well, what do you love about a Coke?
The fizz.
The fizz? Mm-hmm. Well, doesn't root beer have fizz?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but root beer has like that.
It's got a burn.
spiciness.
It's got a little-
Yeah, it's got a burn to it, but that's like Dr. Pepper. It's similar to that.
No.
You go up a Dr. Pepper, you got the...
that's not a
the
fair
same.
comparison.
Well,
It's a different spice.
Look. No, y'all are talking about taste. Of course, the taste. Everything's different, but it's still got
Root beer
that
is just the failed
oomph.
Dr. Pepper. If you're saying that, they didn't get the 21 spices right.
Wrong.
What
Yeah, I
Black,
like-
what
do you
about
like
Black
orange?
Friday?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You said orange.
Orange flavored drinks.
I like orange flavored drinks, like orange Fanta, Sunkissed,
Are you talking about
Yeah.
Fanta, or are you talking about like
Kool-Aid.
kind of like a cream soda, like a orange?
I'm not a
I was
cream soda
talking
guy.
about like the Fantas, the what else? Crush, Ink Crush,
Ooh,
Crush.
I ain't had Crush in a minute.
orange flavored. Like it's it's
about-
an every once in a while. It's not an everyday
Yeah.
flavor, but it is a good flavor.
What
for
about
me.
like a Sunny D? You like a Sunny D?
Occasionally?
It has one of those weird
Sunny D?
tangs to it.
I like Sunny D.
I do
Yeah.
too. Occasionally.
It's a good thirst quencher. I will say it was as a kid. I remember chugging
Chugging.
them.
That was considered orange juice when I was growing up.
Well, it was
That's
too
what
for
I
us,
thought
too.
it was, you know. But then the one time that I mistakenly had some with pulp.
Oh, are you? I was about to ask. Are you
I
pulp
was like,
guys or
"Ugh."
no pulp guys?
I don't like the pole.
I was
I'm
like-
pulp free.
I was like, who put these hairs in the orange juice? That's terrible.
This one's
It's-
loaded
it
up.
is
If you're not,
bad.
yeah, you don't think about with pulp. I'm a kid. I don't know what that means.
Are you reading the labels?
Put one in front of me, bartender.
That's weird. What about Black Friday? Is
You
that
know, Black Friday used to be dangerous.
It used to be. I remember it being wild.
Yeah.
It was a wild thing. I remember. I've told y'all the story about my grandpa going into on a Black Friday shopping for a TV.
To get the TV.
Yeah, it was wild.
Y'all bought several of them, didn't you? Didn't you say you bought
I
a
don't.
couple?
I don't remember if we bought a couple of them, or I think we bought two. Maybe I don't remember. I was just thankful to be alive at that point.
See, back when I worked with Walmart was when it was hot and heavy. When we would roll pallets with
Right in the
that
middle of the
one-
aisles.
Yeah, with like that one item. You know, we had cops. You know, we paid cops to come in there and like
Stations.
help protect. As we came
Protect
through,
the merchandise.
As we came through the back door, you know, out to
Yeah.
the sales floor. And it depended on what you're taking out, because it was a game back then. But
Right.
we would try and stage, even with our store manager, we'd be like, all right, look, we'll take these things around the garden center and we'll come out that way. And we'll do, you know, because we just thought it was fun.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd get out there and people would attack you and all this kind of stuff. And then, you know, eventually it led to, you know, people's death, getting trampled and stuff like that.
Yeah, like people camping out. That was so crazy.
Yeah.
I never was a part of that. I remember my mom going a couple times with some of her teacher friends, and they'd stay out all night. And I thought it was one of the craziest things ever.
Yeah, my wife, Amanda, she loved it. But all of them.
But do they do that anymore? Like I don't think.
No,
I don't
'cause
think
they've-
it's. I
they've
think it's
split it up.
Yeah.
Because you'll have, even before Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving week leading up to it,
Yeah.
you'll have some stores that do these certain ads, but they have something dropping like every day. Like Walmart does like a certain couple for a page ad.
Like TVs
for,
or today,
and then
tools or tomorrow.
Yeah, stuff like that. So it's definitely taking the air out of the balloon, I guess you'd
The
say, for those
intensity.
that really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I can see you get caught up in it, and they like, if you like to shop, especially if you're a woman and you love to shop. And
Yeah,
you're like,
I can see-
you
I can
got
see
the
how it'd be fun.
excitement. Yeah, yeah. But
I mean, I can see that being similar to like people that like concerts getting there early when it's like just a pit and you don't have a ticket to get in there.
Yeah.
You just pay a general admission and you run to the front.
Yeah.
I can see that being similar.
before a guy, isn't that like the worst thing you can possibly do? Is like, all right, we've got to get up at 3:00 in the
Oh
morning.
yeah, that's terrible.
So we can get to Walmart at 4:00 and stand in line because they open at 5, and then get a mad rush.
when I can go next week and get pretty much the same price.
Well, maybe now, you
Yeah.
know, but you know, back then it was like you didn't have all the online shopping and that kind
Right.
of thing. But then you would do that, hopefully get some of the stuff you came for. If not, you picked other stuff. Then you're in line that's a mile
For
long.
ages.
Right, and then traffic, 6:00, 7:00 in the morning, traffic is just horrendous. And now we're going to Target. Now we're going to Belk. Now we're going to Tractor Supply. I don't know why I said Tractor Supply, but
Hey, I like Tractor Supply.
yeah, I do too. But you're hitting all this stuff, and I'm like, that's just a nightmare.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's crazy.
4 hours of shopping is like a 40-hour work week. I am wore out.
I'm done.
I am wore out. I need a nap.
I'm like 4 minutes.
Yes.
I'm shopping's not for me.
Yes.
It is not it. You ever heard of toilet bowl races? That's something that Americans do.
Toilet bowl, is that where they're actually riding the...
Yeah, so it's in Alaska, and so what happens is in Anchorage, people will attach toilets to their skis and race down a mountain.
I saw, now this doesn't have anything to do with the U.S., but have you ever seen that where the people go down that steep hill in one of those countries to get that big block of cheese? I think they roll the cheese down the hill and they go after it, and it is like so crazy because these people are like flipping and falling and breaking.
I've seen the people run down the hill.
Yeah, well,
and they like run and jump and then slide and then yeah. I've seen those videos. I didn't know they're chasing cheese.
And then if you hit something wrong and once you start tumbling,
that's
it's
ACL.
over. You're not stopping.
MCL, PCL, ABCs.
I watched a
XYZs.
documentary on it where they talk to people that do it every year and they just look forward to that, that time of year when they do it. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Have you seen this? Another weird thing that's not American. Have you seen the people that try to climb the poles to get the flag, but the pole is has full of like oily mess on it?
What is this?
I don't know. It's just a random. You literally it's off a cliff. There's a pole just sticking out at an angle about like that, and then they just try to run up it, but it's like Vaseline or something all over it, so it's slick, and so they try to see who can get to the flag.
Well, how'd they get it?
How do they get the flag?
Yeah. No, I mean they
had to be very carefully. I guess I don't know.
The last person, it's all wiped off, and that last person finally can get out there.
Then I've also seen the people that try to jump over canals. It's kind of like pole vaulting, but the pole's attached to the ground, and you have to climb up the pole, and then you jump 15 feet out of the air just to try to jump across. Have you seen those?
The worst feeling is when you
fallen.
That, but also if you jump, you're high enough to where it kind of gets your stomach before you.
Oh
that
yeah,
to me is
that's
a terrible feeling.
That's tough. There's so Americans aren't the only weird people. We can say that.
Oh no. This other one that they say is pretty much American thing is portions, huge portions.
Yeah.
We always want to supersize everything, get the large.
Have you seen those
large
documentaries? So in health class in high school, we would always watch the Super Size Me documentary, and so it was this guy.
Did you know he died?
Did he really?
Yeah, he died. I think it was last year.
I did not know that. But what happened was for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, however long it was, he would just eat McDonald's 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Yeah. How did that end up turning out? I know about the documentary. I never watched
he gained I can't really remember. I think he gained a lot of weight, but then
but
within a year he lost it all again.
But as for how he felt, did he feel any different?
I think he felt like trash.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to, right?
I guess. I don't
You'd
know.
think. After eating a super
Well,
sized,
everything we eat's got so much junky in it. I mean, I would
get
think
used to
we just feel the same no matter what we eat.
maybe that's why we all feel like trash all the
I think
time.
that's what it is. I guarantee if we all ate healthy that you'd be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This goes along the same line that doggy bags.
Excuse me.
I hadn't heard doggy bag in a while.
I've never called it a doggy bag.
I don't know why is it called doggy bag. I don't know.
But
it's just you want a to-go box, a to-go bag, a to-go whatever, to-go cup. When you're over at somebody's house, do you want to take anything home with you? I don't know if anybody says, do you want to take a doggy bag?
Doggy bag?
Yeah.
No,
you want a to-go plate? Well, a to-go plate maybe. It seems like Thanksgiving that maybe something like that.
Y'all take somebody's leftovers.
Yeah.
That was normally said around our house.
Mm-hmm. What was you going to say? I messed you up when I was...
I don't know. I don't remember.
Another thing, a different sales tax throughout the country. So everywhere you go, no matter what state, break it down to the county, break it down to the city.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it's
and then we have then we have tax-free weekends. That's that's such a weird thing.
Because I see the big picture, that's a big number that people are saving, dollar amount. But if I'm going out there to buy something and I want to make a big purchase, maybe a computer or something like that, to me, the tax-free, it's not enough for me to...
I'm not going to go out of my way to get something.
Right. If you say, hey, we're taking 25% off everything at this store, I'm like, I'm in.
Let's go. Let's do
go.
it.
Yeah, something like that. But But that's just never been a turn on for me when it says a tax-free
Yeah.
weekend. I'm like,
Yeah, I've never been. Which like I said earlier with the Black Friday, I've never been into shopping really. So that really doesn't. I don't think. I mean, my brain doesn't operate in the let's go find a deal. That's
Yeah.
not my brain. Like my brain's like let's get what I need and get out.
that's me. I'm looking for convenience.
Yeah.
I don't have to find a deal. If it's easier for me to go to this one store and spend $20
See,
more on
that's
it, then
that's how I am with tipping. Like if the receipt has the percentages all the way at the bottom, I don't have to do the math. Then I'll give the highest percentage on there.
that's the smartest thing that they've ever done.
Yes.
Is that, see,
But if
you're
I got to
help-
do my math, I'm just going to start doing random math and give them a random amount and round it off to a random dollar.
if you're helping the patron out,
Yeah.
by putting that down there, it makes it so much easier. But also, it the one that's going to be a bigger tipper when he looks down there and is like, oh, I didn't have to pay that,
Exactly.
that much. So
Exactly.
it might actually hurt
Evens.
you too.
It probably
Yeah.
evens itself out.
I tell you one time, and this makes sense when you think about it. We had an event one time to where we had the Easter Bunny coming, and we were going to charge to take pictures, with the Easter Bunny to try and to take care of our cost.
Right.
So the kids, mom would bring their kid up there and have the picture taken. All
Like
that kind of
$5,
stuff.
yeah.
We was going to do $5. That's exactly right. So we decided that no, we won't do that. We'll just do donations. We made more money off of that by just putting because people was giving $10.
Yeah,
Almost
just whatever
everybody
they had,
did
whatever
$10.
bill.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it wasn't a moneymaker. This was
Right.
all
This was for the Easter Bunny guy.
yeah.
What a job.
The Easter Bunny guy.
Could you imagine
This
just being
was
the Easter
Bunny.
Okay.
We had the Easter Bunny there. Thank you.
Okay, Jody. Okay.
Would you not be the Easter Bunny if you was asked?
If I got paid good, I would.
Would you?
I think so. I've been Clifford before.
Have you?
I've been a Clifford the big red dog at a literacy night at a primary school.
I would think if somebody asked me to be the Easter Bunny, I'm thinking in my mind this is a free event that I'm not going to be getting paid
no.
for this. So you're saying, all right, how much?
Yeah, I'm saying, how much you gonna pay me
Okay, that's
for my time and talents?
It's a little selfish. What
Thanks,
kind of?
sorry.
Hey, I feel though like it's kind of like Albie for Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I was in that suit, I'm a total different person. I can.
Oh, I'm doing what I wanna
can
do.
Change
I
my
can-
Nobody knows who I am.
Exactly.
I'm doing the moonwalk. I'm over doing the worm on the ground. I'm doing all kinds of stuff 'cause you don't know
Goofy
who I
stuff,
am.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Oh yeah, I would.
I can
show
see
out.
that.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's funny.
All right. The other thing that wearing shoes in your house. So that's a strange thing that other countries think we do.
Do you wear your shoes in your house?
I don't automatically take mine off when I I cannot walk in the house with shoes on. I'm taking them. No, I don't. I mean, because I'm in and out all the time.
Yeah.
But if I come in, I change. I've got like my
Your
house slides.
Yeah.
That I change into.
I do the same thing. Like as soon as I come in, usually if I know I'm not going back outside for a second, I'm taking my shoes off. But then I've also been to houses where like you don't walk in the house with shoes on, like your shoes sit in the carport.
Yeah.
So I've seen both sides of that. So I guess nobody does that overseas. Nobody walks through their house with shoes on.
I
So
think,
even if they're walking through their house into their backyard, you think they take their shoes off,
I don't know.
carry them to the backyard, or they have another set in the back at the back door?
I don't know.
Questions to consider.
Like China and Japan, isn't that a big deal that you do not wear shoes inside the house? I mean, I know some cultures, I mean, it's like a no-no.
Yeah, but
But others just kind of like,
what if you just had to go in and get a screwdriver real quick to
Oh,
come back out?
yeah,
I'm not taking my shoes off.
Especially if I've got if I've got to like untie my shoes, which I don't know. Who ties their shoes now? Do you just slip your shoes if you got tennis shoes on?
After the first couple of days, I do.
Yeah, after it like loosens up.
Once
enough,
they break in,
I'm sliding them babies
yeah.
on and off. I'm not tying
The only
anything.
shoes that I tie every time are my dress shoes because they're not meant. They're not. You can't slide them on.
Yeah, that's the way mine
The
used to be,
pain
like
is too
that, man.
excruciating to try to slide them on because I've tried multiple times.
I understand. But I was thinking when I was young, maybe I just wore shoes that were just too tight when I was growing up. I don't know, but I always untied and tied my shoes, put them on.
I've
But
never.
I do not do that now.
I've never untied and
Absolutely
tied.
not. What about football tailgating? Apparently, that is just something we do.
They don't do that across the ocean for soccer games.
So
they should start because those folks know how to party across the pond.
but I think
So I hear. I've never been.
yeah, I saw another thing that's unique to the U.S. is they claim that Americans, no matter the distance, we're going to drive. And I guess that's true. But if you're talking about a city, of course, in New York, I see you're walking everywhere. So going back to the whole football tailgate.
Well, that's because you got to think about it though as well. Like the state of Texas would encompass over half of Europe.
True.
And so a lot of people for work, they're driving 30, 40 miles. In Europe, you're walking down the
Blocks.
block,
Yeah,
a couple blocks down the road, or
Or
you
ride
jump
your
on
bike,
or you ride your bike, or you jump on the train.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have great train systems here unless you're in a big city.
Yeah.
And those are just sketchy anyway. And two, we're traveling over 5 miles to get to our job, so that's not really feasible to ride a bike in the middle of winter.
I wonder what the average distance is for an American, to go to work.
I don't know, because you have people like me that I drive 12 miles to go to work one way, or 12 minutes. It's probably not even 12 miles.
Yeah.
But then you have there's people
say 10 miles.
Yeah, say 10, about 10 miles. But then you have people that are like, I know an airline pilot that I follow on TikTok that works in Atlanta, lives in the state of Alabama. So he works out of Atlanta. So to go to work, he has to get up and drive from the Alabama state line, roughly, and has to drive 60, 80 miles into Georgia just to get to his job. And that's one way.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a half, one way.
Yeah.
And then, I know, especially back home where in South or Middle Georgia, there is the big Air Force base, and folks drove from all over the place to come work at the base.
Yeah.
I mean, hours on hours, like 2 hours one way just to work.
Well, that's like New York.
Yeah.
Everybody can't live in New York if you work
Right.
in New York. So they're taking a train, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of them commute. It's like an hour and a half.
Right.
By subway. But, they're switching subs and trains.
Buses
It's
and all kind of stuff.
It's crazy, And so, really, we're fortunate not to have to do anything.
Absolutely.
Like that. I would hate to think that I've got 3 hours worth of drive time or traveling each day just for my job.
That'd be
because
tough.
You're taking, the train.
Yeah.
Majority of it or something.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
You get a lot of podcasts in there.
Oh yeah. But if I was on a train or subway up in New York, I don't think I'm going to have anything in my ears.
You don't think so?
I want to hear when that attacker's coming behind me.
I don't want to hear it. I just want to hit me in the back
I
of the
want to
head
be
and
alert.
be out.
See, that's another thing. It seems like the ride to work would be twice as long
Stressful.
because I have to be alert. I got to make sure that some crazy person isn't going to try and stab me from behind or douse me in kerosene and catch me on fire. Something like, which is terrible.
I'd hope I'd notice that as they poured the kerosene on me. Why am I wet? Oh.
Well, the lady that fell asleep on the subway and the guy caught her on fire.
Did he really? I didn't know that.
Her,
I didn't know that was happened.
Yeah, it was a few months
That's
ago.
crazy.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
That's crazy.
But yeah, the tailgating thing, I don't know, because you would think soccer is popular as soccer
You would think
is.
they would grill out, dude.
Oh,
I mean, those guys are like.
Do they not have those
They can-
tents set out? Don't they not have like a quad out there?
You'd
and just
think.
going to town on some chicken and some
Yeah,
whatever.
you'd think, especially as alcohol prevalent Europe is.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think they'd be throwing it down.
You get the Irish in there, man.
Absolutely. Like you'd think they'd be having a good time really quick.
Oh yeah, cooking up some sausage and just everything. I'm hungry, by the way.
Me too. I could go for some of that.
It says playing the national anthem at every sporting event. I don't think that's right, because I think everybody else for the most part does too.
Do they?
What do they not?
They do it in the Olympics.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so if they've got a gymnastics meet somewhere in Europe, they're not, or in France, they're not doing their.
I don't know.
I don't either. Seems like
I know they do it like for hockey. They do because they do it. I know at least in Canada.
Because the Canadians like booing us.
Yeah.
It says a sauce for every dish.
Yeah. I can see that.
I think, yeah.
I'm glad I'm American.
But, some of even like with this, it's kind of a northern and a southern thing.
Yeah.
Since we just like tea, sweet tea in the south,
Mm-hmm.
and just regular tea up north, unsweet, and it's crazy. Adding ice to every drink. I didn't know this. I read this earlier. A lot of countries they just don't. You don't get like water. I know back in the day, you always got a glass of water. They just automatically brought it to your table
Yeah.
when you went out to a restaurant. But the whole ice thing, I guess.
You see, I don't necessarily love ice. Like, if my drink's already cold, I don't want ice in it.
Yeah.
So, like, if we have a gallon of sweet tea in the fridge at home, I'm just going to pour it straight into a cup. No ice.
It's just a matter of minutes, and I've already tasted the difference from
Yeah.
it being watered down from the ice. I just don't like ice. I don't like cold drinks anyway.
See, I don't mind it being cold. I just don't want the ice in there. If it's already cold,
Yeah.
then there's no point in adding ice in there to keep it cold because it's not going to stay cold because the ice is going to melt and it's going to taste trashy.
What do you think about the sweatness of a glass after you put something cold in it and just now it's dripping everywhere and
It's something.
it's something in it?
It's kind of annoying.
It is. It's trash.
Trashy. Garbage.
Going into debt for college. Apparently, we're the only country that does that.
Does everybody else get their college paid for?
I don't know.
I knew everybody else had better health care than we did.
Well, it says medical debt here too, but I'd rather have some medical debt than stand in line to get a prostate exam
Yeah. I would too. I would too.
that I can't get. I've been waiting for 6 months to get because it's free, but there's a line.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
I don't either.
I was thinking of you when I said it.
Don't look at me when you say that. Hey, you're about to cross over to that threshold where you got to get one regularly.
I don't have to do nothing. Isn't that a suggestion? There ain't nobody knock. It's time.
Walk in with the gloves coming on.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Amanda keeps threatening me. She said, "You hadn't been to the doctor in a while." I was like, "I'm gonna keep it that way."
Try to stay away.
Yeah, I might find out something I don't want to know.
Exactly. You might find out you're sick.
Yeah, that's right. Free soda refills.
I feel like it goes back to the bigger portion thing.
Yeah.
I think Americans we want more of everything.
Could you imagine though if you had like a small size, like an 8-ounce, or just say a 6-ounce cup that they give you, no ice. Well, let's say I don't know. Maybe get a little bit of ice, so you'll have less to drink, and they fill it up, and then your next one you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't be cool. So we've gone with smaller portions, right? Even with the
Yeah.
drink, and then now we're having to pay for the refill. No, I like it the way we got it.
Maybe we did something right in America.
Maybe so. What else? I ran out of stuff on this one.
Do you think the sheer amount of fast food places that we have in America outblows every other place in the world?
Surely.
Like, because we have at least 15 just in our city alone.
Look, if you sit back and think,
And 6 of them are fried chicken joints.
how many chickens die per day to feed us?
It's crazy.
It is crazy. Because
If you really think how much money each chicken makes those chicken farmers
yeah.
every time we eat chicken.
Well, it's not as much as it used to be. I know a
Still.
lot of people that had chicken houses that. Well, I knew one lady. She told me. She said each year she said it was getting harder and harder to make money off of it.
Really?
I mean, I don't.
'Cause
I don't know anything about it. So
I know
don't know.
people that literally they sold their chicken houses. I guess because of the same reason, but some Korean people came in and bought them. And they bought them for like $1 million a piece, and they had like 7 of those huge chicken houses. I think like $7 million off of that stuff, just the houses alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
I
to
hear.
get into that, I mean, how much is a chicken
How much does
house?
a chicken house cost?
Yeah.
Look it up. You got a computer?
Well, no, I'm
I
somewhere
don't know.
else.
That's wild.
So tipping, other countries don't normally tip as much as we do.
Do they not?
That's what it says.
Maybe we got that one wrong. I wonder if other countries pay their wait staff better than America does.
Oh, I don't know.
I bet that would make a difference here. I feel
Well,
like
you'd have to if you're not making tips because
you can get paid $2 an hour and have no tips.
Yeah, I've never understood when it comes to
It's crazy.
working at a restaurant why you're not paid at least like minimum wage.
Yeah, you'd
But
think-
they're saying
You
since
think minimum wage?
yeah, and then you get your tips, and then bam, that's a job to have.
Yeah.
because you're making it, man. But no, we're gonna pay you $2.50 an hour, and then
10% of your tips.
You're making all the rest of it off of your tips, and then you make good. I mean, decent, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know how it
I
is.
don't either. But that just always seemed like a scam.
That's what I thought. Why would you want to do that?
Trick or treating. That apparently is not a big thing in other countries.
I can see from the outside looking in how that would look strange. Going to get candy from strangers.
Well, Halloween is not a worldwide.
Is it not?
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know. Where did it come
I
from?
didn't think it was.
Where did the idea of Halloween come from? We should do a Halloween episode in October.
Well, it says right here, many cultures have strong historic traditions like dressing up around the time of Halloween and exchanging various forms of food, but few of those involve children going door to door asking for candy with the words trick or treat. That strange practice is believed to be American in origin, but perhaps the people who find this most baffling are the pint-sized rookies being paraded around the neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really tell you. So, but what it's saying is like they go around and they exchange various foods, but they're, like you said, I guess it is kind of strange that we send our kids out to strangers' doors asking for candy.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem right, especially nowadays.
You think other places turkey bowl? Have you ever turkey bowled?
No, I've seen it done.
I've seen it done.
Yeah.
That's another strange thing.
What about pumpkin?
The greased pole climb.
Is that what you were talking about? Or is that just a straight them down pole?
I don't know. I think, according to Chat GPT, it says a group of competitors try to climb a tall, grease-covered pole to grab a prize at the top. It's harder than it sounds, and that's in Pennsylvania. The no pants subway ride. That's apparently a thing that Americans do.
No pants?
Yep, no pants. Once a year, brave commuters ride the subway in their underwear. It started as a prank, and it became an unofficial tradition.
Tradition. That's a strong word to use for that.
Have you ever heard of the Worm Grunting Festival?
No.
It's in Florida, which makes sense. You grunt for worms, you out of the ground. Have you seen how they do that? It's pretty cool. No. There's like a post or something in the ground, and then they have another, like a piece of metal or something, and they just rub it across it, and it makes that vibration, that grunting noise, and all the worms come up.
I know like a vibration will make them come up, but I didn't know like grunting. That's strange.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though.
I don't like worms, by the way.
Really?
No.
Goat yoga? You think that happens everywhere else?
That's ridiculous.
But it happens. It's in America.
Have you seen the videos?
Yeah.
They release they'll have 50 goats in this room, and all these people are out here on their mats and everything, and when they open up that little gate thing, all these goats just go crazy, run out there and jump on these people on their back and everything.
Yeah. But it would kind of feel good.
What's up with the goat?
You think it'd feel good?
I don't know. I just want to know what's up with the goat, and he's got to be the highest, the highest level of anybody in the room. You ever watch the videos of mountain goats?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you need to see these goats. There's I'm talking it'd be a cliff straight up and down, and that joker will just be on a little bitty pebble just sticking out, and it's he's just looking around like nothing's going on, and then he just prances or jumps to the next one. How does it?
That's
but
crazy.
I've watched them fall too, but it's they'll fall 50 feet and it looks like it kills them. They just get up and they just keep on keeping on. That's strange. You got some nerves of steel.
Have you ever heard of this? There's some strange food traditions. Have you ever heard of peanut butter and mayo sandwiches?
No.
It says it comes from the southern U.S., but I've never heard of that. It doesn't surprise me, but
They need to be more specific. What state?
yeah.
Because that's not a southern.
And there's
thing.
your Jell-O salad that we talked about before we started recording.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of wild.
I don't know if it'd be the texture. I know the color and the look of it looks gross.
It didn't look good.
But
What about clapping when a plane lands?
I thought they were done with that.
I saw a funny video about this the other day. Well, it's not really funny. It's kind of sad, but it was flying in 2024, and everybody started clapping, and everybody's just happy. And then in 2020, it says flying in 2025, and the guy's just grabbing onto a seat full of sweat.
They just hope they make it.
And he lands, and he's like, "Oh, we made it!"
I know.
It's crazy.
We have this little running thing. Every day, when we run across a notification of a plane, something happened with the plane, we send it to each other because we're like, "This is unbelievable."
Yeah,
because we've never noticed it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Now this one right here, Advertising prescription drugs on TV. You know, we are the only country that does that.
Really?
All other countries have banned it.
Like the Ozempic commercials
Oh, yeah,
or
you
the
won't- you
Prilosec OCT
Yeah, go to
commercials?
Canada and you won't see any of that stuff.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I wish they do it here. It's
Drinking
ridiculous.
laws by county. That's another weird one. There's some dry counties and non-dry counties.
Yeah. Which we're in a dry county.
Are we in a dry county? My hometown was a dry county, but then they just got, just a year or two ago, voted in 2 or 3 liquor licenses in the town.
Yeah.
So,
I know our local city, it used to be Sundays it was dry. So you could
Yeah.
buy alcohol.
All throughout the week?
I think it's like after 6 a.m.
wait, so we're in a semi-dry county then.
Yeah, the county, but the city limits,
Oh, the city's not dry.
the city is not dry. And so, but it used to be
So
Sunday.
I can't go across the street and buy anything, but I can go into town and buy
Right, you
whatever
can,
I
you
want.
can go 10 miles, and once you hit that city limits right there, boy, you can booze it up if you want to.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew that I recognized that they didn't sell alcohol across the street at the convenience store.
Yeah. But so, yeah, Monday through Saturday you could buy alcohol
Yeah,
in the city, and then Sunday was none, and then they passed a law. It may be a year ago, might not be quite a year ago, but now you can
Yeah.
get it 7 days a week.
Weird town names. I feel like this is an everywhere thing,
Yeah, I mean,
but it says America has towns called like Chicken. There's Chicken, Alaska. There's Boring, Oregon.
yeah,
Y, Arizona. And then there's Hale, Michigan. Pretty wild.
imagine that.
We had some weird county names in Georgia. We had like Coffee County, Bacon County, stuff like that.
We got a coffee county in Alabama.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Alabama.
Drive through everything.
Yeah,
I think we're obsessed with convenience. We want.
we do like.
Hey, we want it, and we want it now. However, I don't want to go
Absolutely.
in. That's too. I've got to.
This one says even wedding chapels.
Oh yeah,
That's wild.
Las Vegas.
That's right. Oh, here's one that gets on my nerves. Leaving shopping carts everywhere, not putting them back up.
There's a guy I see on TikTok.
The cart narc. I love that guy.
Man, he is a jerk.
He's
is he not?
hilarious, though.
I know, but it's like,
He throws magnets on people's cars. I
Yeah.
love that guy. He's funny.
how do these people think of this stuff and then that goes viral? Like that is funny with the shopping carts.
Oh, Kool-Aid pickles. That sounds interesting. That's from close by. That's Mississippi Delta.
Is it?
Yeah. That's wild. It's crazy the things that we do. Is what I've noticed through all this, the little weird oddities that we do.
But how does it become a tradition?
But like I don't know.
It's almost like it's like kind of like a fashion statement. How does that fashion become?
how does it get
popular?
Yeah, I don't know.
Say the turtleneck. Say whatever.
Yeah,
You know, how does? I don't know.
that's wild.
What you know?
I mean,
what's,
even-
what's the trend? What's the new trend? Like the Stanley Cups were a trend
Right.
a couple years ago. What caused
What's
that?
what's the new trend?
Yeah,
There's a new
what's-
trend all the time.
Yeah. So if you can figure that out and get in front of it,
Yeah. How do you get in front of a trend?
I don't know. How does the trend happen?
Because you could
That's
make
what I'm
a lot
saying.
of money off the trend.
Who's behind the trend?
The government.
There's somebody. There's something out there.
Elon.
Release the trend. That's what the one guy is pushing the button that says release the trend, whatever it is.
trend
And then-
button.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. I don't know. Think about that.
That's wild. But I mean, even if you think about like Americans eating at Mexican restaurants, like apparently, I've heard this, I've never been to Mexico, but I heard that it's not normal in a restaurant in Mexico to get a thing of chips beforehand. But if you didn't give me my chips and salsa before my meal at a Mexican restaurant, I'd be upset.
You expect it now.
Yeah, I'd be upset.
So how'd that happen? So is that just a American tradition thing that we just
Well,
kind of like an appetizer?
I think
type thing?
I don't know if appetizer is necessarily American, but I feel like the idea of trying to fill you up before you can actually eat they're just trying to make money off of you at that point.
Yeah, but why are they trying to? See, I don't understand that. Why do you want me to eat like chips and salsa before you bring me my menu, because if I'm
I don't know.
losing my
It
appetite,
don't really make sense either to me.
right? 'Cause
But
by the time you bring it to me, you're like, you know what? I'm not that hungry. I'll just get like a salad to go.
maybe they want you to save on food cost. They don't want to buy as much chicken.
See, that's
But
defeating
still,
the purpose. Though.
I know, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never understood the whole.
I'm about to
I'm
look
not
that
big
up.
on appetizers. I would love.
I'm gonna say, were you an appetizer? Or did you grow up or did you and Amanda and Nicholas, were y'all an appetizer family? Like,
If we could get like a, one that was like that had an assortment.
like a sampler tray?
Yeah, something like that.
Like go to
and it was
Chili's, you get
enough.
wings and
Yeah,
fries
and
and
if it was
chips.
enough to like, her and him would eat that, and then I just get like one meal, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't grow up in an appetizer family unless I was at a Mexican restaurant or like a steakhouse where you got bread. We very, very rarely got appetizers. I feel like.
I don't really remember eating out much besides fast food growing up.
Yeah.
I just, there were a few. There's not the restaurants like there are now. It's local restaurants, like a meat and three, that type thing. Back then, nothing like your Ruby Tuesdays, which I know that's
Okay. So
Fridays.
here's the couple reasons why people offer free food before the main course, the main meal. One, it keeps the customers happy while they wait, so it kind of distracts you so they can take a little bit longer. Two, it encourages more spending, and how it does that is a little free food can actually make customers spend more. When they start eating, their appetite increases, making them more likely to order more food or add extra items to their meal.
Yeah.
So, like if you start getting your stomach primed, you're gonna say, "Ooh, I need more." But also increase thirst, so it makes you want to buy more drinks. That'd really work in other places where they don't give you free refills.
See, it's psychology behind everything.
It creates a sense of generosity. It creates that atmosphere of, oh, the restaurant's giving you something free. It's tradition, and it helps with food timing.
It's that persuasion.
Yep. So,
How about that?
it's all about the agenda, Jody. It's all about the agenda.
It is.
Trying to get
want
your
that
money.
It's all about that greenback.
All about the cash.
Cash. Because cash is.
King.
That's right.
That's funny.
All right.
I guess Josh ain't coming back.
I guess not.
He had to
had to
dip
step
out.
out if
We
you're-
knew that was coming.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube,
That's why we
you
didn't-
would have seen him jet out of here.
That's why we didn't really react to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
how long we got?
that's it.
We got a good episode there.
Yeah.
Good
We're
deal.
done.
Sweet.
Yeah. We appreciate you listening and watching. Check us out on TikTok, on YouTube.
How many views does our armadillo video have? 170 yet?
175,000.
That's so crazy.
I know. Now, let me tell you, when TikTok, when they were banning it and it was going away, something happened with the algorithm, and it shut.
It restarted because
Something.
mine algorithm was all messed up. Like
Yeah.
my For You page was all messed up.
Yeah. So the armadillo video really slowed down.
Yeah.
Really slowed down. I thought, well, that's it. It's over.
it came back.
And then now it's about 1,000 views a day is what it's getting. Which I know. And some people that's probably listening to this thinks that's nothing. 'Cause
That's
you
a-
see
that's a
these
lot for
other-
three country
but for-
bumpkins,
Yeah, but
you
that's
know.
a lot. For an armadillo video. Now,
Absolutely. We're literally poking
No,
the
we
stick
can
at-
put a 2-minute video of me and you talking, and we don't
get
have
nothing.
nobody. But they'll watch you
100
poke a stick
views
out.
in 3 months.
Yeah.
That's funny. They'll watch you poke.
But they're still commenting like that's not armadillo. That's just a stick in the ground. Like that's
It's a fake
and
armadillo.
then they keep saying, "Listen to her. Tell her dog to get the armadillo." I'm like,
Listen to her.
I was like, at first when we were doing this, I was getting so mad reading these comments. I was like, and I'd reply. I actually replied.
You
to some.
reply?
Oh yeah. I was like,
Get
I
'em.
can't stand this. And then finally you get to the point like I don't care
I don't
anymore.
care anymore. That's
it's-
funny.
I get it.
That's crazy.
But it is. It's crazy seeing these people, and then people making these comments like it's an endangered species. I'm like, you are out of your mind, you idiot. You know.
That's crazy. Another strange thing I saw or looking a while ago was a roadkill. Speaking of armadillos, a roadkill cook-off.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't think I'd be I wouldn't take part of that.
I'm not
I don't
big
think.
on roadkill.
I don't think I want roadkill.
If
I
I
did, I did have a guy the other day came up to me and we were talking about how I had some deer meat at some point and it was really good and I was telling him about it and he said, "Well, back in my day, at one point we we get them brush guards on the front of our trucks. We'd run a deer over. We'd cut the bad meat out, throw the rest of it in the truck, and eat that joker.
Forget that.
I said, you can have that, buddy. And
So it would, even if I ran over a deer, I did it myself. It's fresh kill.
Yeah.
I can't throw it in the back of my truck and take it to the house and start whacking on it and getting yeah, get some backstrap,
Get your little
tenderloin out.
your deal chainsaw out.
Have a chainsaw, cutting its head off. Its hind end. And all that stuff. Yeah.
I couldn't do that either. I don't think.
Have you ever cleaned a deer?
I have. I've been around one's been cleaned. I've never cleaned one myself.
Yeah. It's a mindset. It's like when you're hunting and you clean one because you killed it, and you're gonna get it processed. Or if you don't get it processed, you can get like the back straps or the tenderloin and all that. And, you can cook it up, right after that, or do whatever you want to do. But a lot of people get it processed. That's different.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's the mindset. If I ran it over and it's on this, especially if it's like 95 degrees outside, like I just
already a fly or two running or flying around it.
Even if that 15-minute drive to the house with it in the back of my truck, I feel like it's spoiling as we're.
Yeah, I wouldn't be about that. I don't know. I don't like cleaning stuff though. Like I don't like cleaning fish. I don't like cleaning squirrels. I don't like cleaning any of that stuff. It just, I don't know, something about it grosses me out.
I used to do a lot of it.
I've done it all. I've done it a lot.
Yeah,
but it's just never. Man, I love doing this.
Well, it's when you get down to the guts and all that. It's
pulling those out ain't no fun.
Well, with fish, to me, fish is fine. It doesn't bother me with the fish.
I just don't. I don't like the fishy smell. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I'd rather clean a squirrel than a fish.
Would you?
I think so.
You ever had squirrel?
Oh, I love squirrel.
Squirrel's good.
Squirrel is good.
Chicken. It's just tough chicken.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Frog legs.
If you're gonna live off squirrel, you better have a bunch of squirrels.
A bunch of squirrels.
That's right. One ain't doing nothing.
No, that's like a drumstick.
Yeah. Frog legs.
Yeah, you ever had it?
It's been a long time. It's chicken, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like in my brain, it's like a fishy chicken. Like, so think about it, like somebody had a fish fry, and I know this because this happened from personal experience. I don't eat fish, and so I throw some chicken tenders in the oil after the fish fry, and so it has that little fishy flavor. That's what frog legs taste like to me. You ever had rabbit? Rabbit's pretty good.
I don't know if I've had it.
It's pretty good. If you can get past looking at their face.
Poor thing. Oh, I can get past it.
I can't.
I can whack that head off and
do all.
I think I can kill anything.
I don't
Except
know.
a person.
I don't know if we should say that.
Not talking about people.
Whoa.
I couldn't kill a dog.
Maybe that's why Josh left.
Yeah. I could kill a cat.
I've
never killed a cat,
I don't know if I could or
but
not.
I think I could. I got 5 at the house.
I couldn't kill a dog. I couldn't either.
No, I couldn't kill a dog.
Unless it was like got ran over.
I could have killed one yesterday.
Uh-oh.
So I know we were about to go.
I know.
And I need to save this story, but I'll just go ahead and say
Just say
it.
it.
So when I got home yesterday, I've got these weeds. Now's when your weeds are starting to grow because
and I need to do something in my yard, but I don't have time.
So
to do anything in my
I've
yard.
been the top part of around close to my mailbox. It's probably a little, I don't know, a 25, 30 foot section that just the weeds are just tearing it up, man. The rest of the grass looks dead, so that's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
I know there's no weeds, but these are it's going crazy. So 3 or 4 days ago, I went and bought this, this treatment stuff you put on it to kill it. So I checked it a few days ago, and it's like it's working on some, but unless it's slow, it's not supposed to be slow action. You're supposed to see it like within hours.
Oh,
And I didn't see it.
I got you.
Yeah. So I walked up there on top of the hill right there. I was checking it out, checking the grass, and I was and the neighbor's dog, they got the underground fence, and he don't come out, but he's over there wagging his tail, hoping you'll come to him because he didn't get any attention unless I go pet him over there. So he starts barking, and I just turned around and said, "Stop barking at me," like that, just being funny. And I didn't realize that there's a golf cart coming down the road right there with this older man.
Oh, no.
I know who it is, but
Yeah.
coming down, and he's 95 years old. He drives his golf cart. He's got his dog on a leash, and that's how he walks him. So the dog has about 1.5 feet of leash. So he don't have much slack.
Oh, no.
So when he walks, like that one paw that when he's walking with is like
You better get rolled
ran
over.
over every time that he's going. It's a German Shepherd. So I hadn't seen him in a while or talked to him. So he's coming by, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And So I walked over to him. Now he pulls in kind of, he's still on the road, but he stops. His passenger side tires are in, my yard. I'm walking over there. So I'm on the passenger side, and I'm reaching over. He's reaching to shake my hand. I'm reaching to shake his hand. And that dog, luckily, was on the driver's side.
Tried to get you.
Yes. Tried to tear me up. And I was like, whoa. I backed up, and I guess he forgot or didn't think nothing about it. He said, if you're around around me, he said, it's fine. But he said, if you ever try and touch me or anything like that, he said, this dog will bite you. And I'm like, thanks for the heads up.
Appreciate that after you shook my hand.
I know. But he almost got me. He would have.
no,
he's a big old German Shepherd too.
You had to
Leopold is his
take
name.
him out.
Yeah. So
I had a teacher named Miss Leopold one
Really?
time. Yeah. She was the ISS teacher. She was interesting.
But he was telling me yesterday, I didn't know this, that he's like I said, he's 95 years old. He was in the Korean War. Mm-hmm. So I literally stood up there and talked to him for an hour.
Bring him on the
And
pod.
just I know, just letting him talk, but he couldn't hear good. So I'm
We can turn these things up.
I know. So I repeated myself a lot of times. So I'm up there not down the road. People can hear me talk because that's how I'm having to answer them. Yeah.
I'm just checking my grass.
Exactly. And so he's telling me, he's how long he was, in the Korean War. He was in the Army for 7 years. All this kind of stuff. Real interesting what he was saying. He retired in 1977. Is that you?
I don't know. My phone that was weird.
Was that like a voicemail that was coming
That was
through?
like a spam voicemail.
So he retired in 1977.
That's crazy.
When he was in his late 40s. How about that? And he's 95 now. So that tells you how long he's been retired.
But he's spent more time retired than he has working
I don't know.
in his life.
Yeah. That's
Literally.
right, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, he's got a big old 3-story house, all this kind of stuff.
Keep your
He
eye
told
on
me-
it.
Yeah.
See
So
if he'll still see you cheat.
yeah. My point being was excuse me, he was telling me that, and some of the people that's listening to this doesn't know this, but we have a restaurant that's in the South called Jack's. Mm-hmm. But the guy that
It's not Jack in the Box. It's Jack's.
not Jack in the Box, it's Jack's, and they're
It's
about
fried chicken, hamburgers, breakfast food.
yeah. So it's like 3 states. I think
Yeah.
Georgia, Alabama,
Mississippi.
Mississippi. I don't think they're in Tennessee. Maybe they are. I don't know. Anyway, so the guy that came up with that lives like 5 houses down from where I did.
Uh-huh.
It's like a family house, and I didn't know it that, and then we also had
Bring him on the podcast.
I know the
You need to interview your neighbors, Jody.
there was a grocery company out of Birmingham, Alabama, that was called Bruno's, and they had Food Worlds, Food Max's, Food Fair, and then Bruno's was the name of these grocery stores.
I've
And
never-
I worked
I've never
there
heard
one
of
time.
those.
Well, they had a house right at the end of my road also. And so, anyway, and I got confused him telling this
Jody
story.
living amongst the rich.
Well, yeah, I'm amongst them. I'm the white white
The
trash of the yeah.
Not the rich, the white.
That's right. But it was real interesting him telling these stories, just all kinds of stuff right there. And
Should
he
have pulled out your phone and started recording.
he told me, he said, anytime, he said, he said, come have coffee with me. We'll sit out on the porch. And I'm like,
What are we doing?
and I'm thinking,
That's
how-
3 episodes right there.
How am I gonna get past your dog? That's what I had in my
maybe they'll
mind,
lock
because
him
he's got him in. It's a fenced in area, with the gate
Yeah.
and all this kind of stuff. But then he said, yeah, just let me know ahead of time so I can put the dog up. I'm thinking exactly, because I ain't taking a chance for that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Get to know your neighbors.
yeah. But it was really sad. He's talking about his wife, passed away.
Does he live by himself? Him and his dog?
Him and his dog. Yeah.
Man,
So 95, and to live
That's
by
crazy.
yourself, and
we should
Very
introduce
tight.
him to the lady in our church that's 92.
yeah.
Let them be
Yeah.
companions for a couple years.
He was telling that he goes to in the local town. He's been going there since 1952. It's just crazy stuff that everything he was talking about is so.
My parents weren't even born then.
Well, no, everything he was telling me.
You weren't even born
and
then, Jody.
But then he knew my granddad.
Yeah.
And then he knew all about my granddad, and so but it was very neat. But he's had he's got.
Has he lived in the same spot forever? Like at
He's
that?
been at he bought that lot in 1960 whatever.
Oh wow.
And
He
so-
probably paid $5,000 for that lot.
Probably so.
Now he could sell it for
Probably so.
$5 million.
Yeah, but he said he had a new car lot, international. I think it was semi trucks internationals. I don't know. I was kind of confused when we were talking about that too, the way he worded it. He had that. He had industrial type vehicles. He had another thing that had lawn care equipment. Then he had rental properties.
But he had a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff. So that's, I guess, what he's still making his money on. But anyway, he said he told his wife when he turned 47 that he's liquidating all. He's tired of all of it. He's liquidating and getting out of it.
And so he's 95, still has it all.
95. And I guess he just got rid of those type business, but he still got the rental properties, and I guess that's how he makes his money. I don't know.
Where's the rental properties at? You see if you can buy them from him.
I can tell. I'll tell you after that.
Okay.
Josh knows.
Oh, okay.
Josh has got a connection.
Okay.
With this guy too, so
I got you.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It is. It was very cool. I'm telling you though, if that's like with my granddad, I wish I could go back and talk because he was a businessman. He knew a lot of ins and outs of all this kind of stuff. I call him successful. But yeah, if we go back and just hear these stories and stuff. But I wanted him to go into about the Korean War. I just wanted a little bit of
right.
And I told him, I said, I bet you've got some interesting stories, I bet you've seen a lot. And he's like, yeah. And he didn't say anything. So I kind of thought, well, that's just something he wants to keep to himself, I bet. It's probably something that he's never told anybody about. I know I've always heard stories, a lot of people that come back from war.
They just keep it to themselves the rest of their life and die with it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
we need to get some folks like that on the podcast.
I know.
Bring in the fourth wheel.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Story time.
That's what we call it.
We just sit back and listen.
Episode 85, story time.
Yeah. That's right.
We should do it. We need to have a guest. We ain't had a guest in a while.
Yeah. Well, we usually have a guest when one of us ain't
out.
going to be here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what we can do.
I think we need a guest with all three of us here, though.
I think so.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think so. We'll work on that.
We'll have to get it going. We need another survival episode as well.
We do. I've worked a little bit on that, and I've kind of just thrown it to the wayside. Man, it's hard.
It's hard.
Everybody's so busy. Is hard. I know. And then me and my wife have started our podcast.
Started it back.
Yeah.
Now Three Wheels is on the back burner.
Yeah. And then when I started editing it this past weekend, I was like, "What am I doing?" I was like,
"I got two podcasts."
Yeah. And I was like, and I didn't just like I was telling her. I said, I was late on studying for Sunday school, and I was like, I'm going to have to give something up.
Yeah, not Sunday school. We'll get the podcast, but you can't leave Sunday school.
That's right. What's the trade-off? I'll do that as long as you keep showing up.
I'll show up. I'll show up every week.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I appreciate you showing up in there this last Sunday. So
I had a good time.
I didn't know you were staying no time.
I didn't either.
What did you think about? Yeah. Hey, we're just talking right now.
This is.
What did you think about? What did you think about the trivia? I try and do trivia every.
I think it's interesting. I thought it was fun.
It kind of gets them, engaged in everything. It just
breaks down their barriers a little bit.
But we're not going to do like U.S. geography type
ever again,
or history again, because that was terrible.
Yeah, 25 questions.
Yeah. I didn't know so many answers were from the 1600s.
For real.
All right.
That's funny.
All right, let's go back. We appreciate you listening. Check us out.
That's where we were.
That's where we're at. Check us out on YouTube if you haven't. If you go there, you can watch these videos. We don't have every video out there, but we do have some shorts and stuff like that. So subscribe to that. If you would, we would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
We'd love to grow this thing a little bit.
Yeah. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. But check us out. Our main host site is Spotify.
That's right.
But you can hear us anywhere. Yeah. But we appreciate it. And we promise to have Josh finish up our next episode all the way through instead of just cutting out
maybe
20 minutes in.
We'll see.
All right. Listen to our next episode when you might hear Josh say,
nothing. That's right. That's right. All right.